All right, let's jump straight into today's explainer. We are taking a massive, incredibly valuable 200-question PDF from Olive Board and boiling it down into a rapid-fire study guide. If you're gearing up for your banking, SSC, or railway exams, you are in the exact right place to grab some easy points.
And honestly, the core motivation for this crash course is super simple. As the source material points out, the computer awareness syllabus is mostly static. It just doesn't change much. That means mastering these concepts is literally the easiest way to secure high return points on exam day without worrying about any weird curveballs.
Here is our game plan for this explainer. We'll cover why computer awareness matters, hardware and tech history, software and operating systems, the internet and networking, cybersecurity and malware, and wrap up with acing your competitive exams.
Section 1. Hardware and Tech History. From vacuum tubes to AI. Let's take a look at the physical machines and how rapidly they've evolved over the years.
We've come a really long way, haven't we? I mean, we jumped from first-generation tech, those massive heat-generating vacuum tubes used in the ENIAC, to third-generation integrated circuits, all the way to the fifth-generation era we're entering right now with artificial intelligence. Exam makers love asking you to match a specific technology to its generation, so definitely lock this timeline into your memory.
Okay, let's do a quick pop quiz, pulled directly from the source to keep you on your toes. Which specific classification of computer is widely known as the number cruncher? Take a quick second to think about it. If you said supercomputer, you absolutely nailed it. Because of their immense processing power designed for incredibly complex calculations, they totally earned that number cruncher nickname. Now, another absolutely crucial concept is understanding your memory types. Specifically, that ROM, read-only memory, is non-volatile. That simply means it permanently keeps its data even when you unplug the machine. RAM, on the flip side, is volatile and gets completely wiped clean the second you shut down. This exact comparison is a huge favorite for exam questions.
Section 2. Software and Operating Systems. The brains behind the machine. Now that we have our physical hardware sorted out, how does it actually know what to do? Well, this comparison clears up a very common exam trap. You've got system software, like the Linux operating system, which runs the computer itself and manages the hardware behind the scenes. Application software, however, like Microsoft Excel, is the tool that you, the user, actually interact with to do specific tasks, like crunching numbers. You're definitely going to want to jot down these Microsoft Word shortcuts, because memorizing these is basically guaranteed free points. Notice that Shift+Delete command for permanent delete? Examiners love throwing that one in because it completely bypasses the recycle bin.
Let's throw another question your way to test your overarching knowledge. What is the main software that acts as the absolute boss of the computer? It's the operating system, or OS. But here is the major trick question they love to use to trip people up. While you might have multiple operating systems installed on a hard drive, only one operating system can actively run the computer at any given time. Don't let them fool you on that.
Section 3. The Internet and Networking. Connecting the world. Let's dive into how your computer actually talks to the rest of the digital world.
We all know examiners are obsessed with acronyms, so let's do a rapid-fire rundown of some absolute essentials. USB? That's Universal Serial Bus. BIOS is your basic input-output system. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. VoIP, which is what lets you make calls over the web, is Voice over Internet Protocol, and IPv6 is simply Internet Protocol version 6. Drill these into your brain. Here's a classic networking trivia question that catches a lot of test takers off guard when they see options like coaxial cable, satellite, and twisted pair. What is the absolute fastest physical way to transfer data?
Fiber optics takes the crown, no question. It easily beats out satellite and coaxial cables because it literally uses light to transmit data, making it the undisputed king of speed in these multiple-choice scenarios.
You also got to know your spatial definitions. Take a LAN, or local area network, for example. It's strictly confined to a small geographical space, like a single office building or your house. This is a direct contrast to a WAN, or wide area network, which connects machines across entire cities or countries.
Section 4. Cybersecurity and Malware. Protecting your data. Let's shift gears and cover the dark side of computing, the threats, the security, and the essential terminology you need.
Let's logically link 3 major exam terms in a way that's super easy to remember. First, spam arrives. That's your unsolicited junk email. Second, a Trojan horse is a specific malware that tricks you by hiding maliciously inside what looks like a totally normal, legitimate program. And third, a hacker is the person who uses their technical expertise to illegally bypass security and access the system.
And then we have another major compliance term you'll absolutely see: software piracy. Just remember, if a question asks about the unauthorized copying of software for personal gain or distribution, software piracy is the exact phrase they are looking for.
Finally, Section 5, acing your competitive exams. Next steps. We've covered a massive amount of ground, so let's talk about how to turn this knowledge into an actual passing score.
The source material heavily pushes the importance of taking their free live quizzes. Because look, just reading a PDF isn't enough. Testing yourself is the absolute best way to evaluate where you stand, pinpoint the exact weak spots you need to review, and, crucially, nail down your time management under real exam pressure.
200. That is the total number of carefully selected, high-yield questions waiting for you in the completely free PDFs provided by our source. It is an absolute goldmine for quick memorization right before test day. Which leaves us with one final thought to ponder. You now know exactly what to look for, and you have the blueprint to master this high-return topic. But will you put in the reps and the practice required to actually secure those easy points when exam day arrives? The ball is in your court.